Good night. This is Pro Dumpster Diver, and this is going to be one of the greatest videos I have probably ever done. This is an item that I have seen on eBay for about 3.5 years, and the gentleman that has had it had the price starting off at about, I believe, $840. Then he dropped it to $640, and I told him it may not be worth that much. However, time and time again, he ended up dropping it and then dropping it and dropping it. And I decided I'm going to put up a bid for it, and I did. Now, what you're looking at took more time and work than anything else that you'll probably see in the gold scrap world right now. Okay? So I'm going to pull out an example of what this actually is. Okay? And let me show you a bit of an example here. Okay, I'm just going to pull it out. When you have ink cartridges, okay, an ink cartridge itself today holds ink in a liquid form. All right, ink in a liquid form is not the fact that it is very expensive to have. The difference is it takes time to definitely get it out. Okay. Now, what I would do is I would definitely show you an example of how one of those actually looks. I was going to pull it up, but I'm not going to do that there, okay? On an ink cartridge, and I'm going to pull this apart with my bare hands, you're going to have the box that it comes in, the liquid ink, and then you're going to have a piece like this. So I'm actually going to put this on the tip of a pen. Okay. Now, what this is you have 4 small pieces here, similar to a USB. Okay. 4 pieces, gold pieces on the end of that, and a small little black part, which is the chip, and very small indentation lines there. Each ink box that you have, or what would actually be called an inch. In fact, I'm going to point this out a bit here. Would actually have this. So this one chip is going to be on one ink box there. So whether it's black, magenta, yellow, orange, a multicolored one, it's very different. The 2 that you'll usually see are going to be black and multicolored. Okay. Now here is the thing. This one chip would be on the actual ink cartridge. Now that ink cartridge can cost you anywhere between $19 to $500. Now, I have seen some $500 ones there, but they're very large, okay? So I want you to understand the context of what I'm talking about. This is going to be one of the most important videos I've ever done. This one piece is on one ink cartridge, okay? That's what I want you to understand, okay? These here, this little bundle of joy here, and the back of it is sticky, so it can tally up how many times it's used with the computer. This tally right here probably holds about maybe 50, okay? So these right here are 50 ink printer chips, okay? We call them the chips there because they have the 3 parts of it, which is it's on a card, the back of it is sticky, it has a small chip here, and it's also gold here, okay? This here, this little bundle, has about 50 inside of it. So I want you to understand the size. It was about 50 ink cartridges that these were on that someone used a scalpel or a razor blade and took off, okay? Now, if I bring out something as big as this here, okay, this here is a lot larger of a piece. However, we're also looking at different sizes because we have something like this. And again, oh, let me flip it over here. So if you can actually see, this has a lot more gold lines going through it. However, you don't see a chip at all. You just see the gold. And again, this is to tally it up. So this piece here, about 50, probably 150 inkjet cartridges that these came in from, okay? I want you to understand the magnitude of what's in this bag. This is beyond the level of insane because it would have taken, and I've done this before, I've taken an ink cartridge that was dried up, I've taken a scalpel or razor blade, and I've cut the back piece of it, and I put these into little pieces, okay? Put them in a little jar so to keep them, because it has a very high density set for gold, okay? This is about 150 inkjet cartridges there. The amount of money that this came from is already in the hundreds, okay? Now, this here is an entire bag. Now, I have to be careful about it because I don't even want to lose one. But the problem is I got it mailed today, and the bottom part of it was open. I'm like, oh, God, I hope I didn't lose any. But the problem is at the same time, it's very different, right? I want you to understand the amount that's in here, and they're all sticking together. But this is very, very important, okay? I'm going to pull some of these out right now, okay? You can look at this and see the amount of gold that's on this. The level of gold on this is insane. I would throw all of this right into the burner and get it all into melted plastic. But I have to be careful with that because I don't want to just hit the thing with borax and then let other chemicals go. Because I practically could. If I wanted to hit that with a Bunsen burner, I practically could right now and just let that go the way it is. But I don't want to do that. So what are we looking at? We're looking at something that has a massive amount of gold in it. Now, most of you are saying, hey, John, like, I want to know what the equation for this is. Okay, I'll go ahead and tell you that because that's the only reason why you're still watching this video. When it comes to gold fingers, in fact, I actually do have some gold fingers with me. I have an entire bag. You guys remember the video where we did this bag? So I have some gold fingers, and I will actually pull it out right now. This is one of the most important videos I've probably ever done right now because this is the one thing I wanted. This is the reason why I buy gold scrap online. This here is a gold finger. If you look at it carefully, okay? This is what you would find on the bottom of a RAM stick, the bottom of a laptop RAM, desktop RAM, miscellaneous RAM that I have an entire box of right now. This is what you would actually find. They would take a snippet scissors there, cut it off, which you can actually cut wire with, and get this. This is actually what you call the gold finger. Now, the reason why we do a comparing and analysis to this here differently, I'm going to use the D word differently, is because one, we're looking at the size, okay? One, they both have gold on them. This has gold on one side of it. You flip it over, it has gold on the other. This is what you call double-sided. This here isn't double-sided. The other part is sticky, so it can actually stick on the cartridge. Two, the amount of material on it is very, very important when it comes to the equations. When it comes to gold fingers, the equation is 140 over 1. So for every 140 grams that I'm going to have there, I'm going to end up having 1 gram of gold, which is pretty good, by the way, because again, these are all chemical. Now, when it comes to print chips, the equations are different. Because you see how this is double-sided? This is not double-sided. This is only on one side. In fact, it's on one side and it's on half of that. So whatever you want to do there is going to practically get cut in half. Here's the difference. The weight of it is very, very different based on what it has. So even if we were to double that, the weight itself wouldn't be matched up to that because this is on PCB. This is on thin plastic. So the ratio of weight to gold for this, I'm going to put it at, drum roll, 80 to 1, which basically means for every 80 grams of this, I'll probably get 1 gram of gold. Is that true? Who knows? Because no one's actually ever done a video like this. I have not seen on YouTube anyone to do a video comparing that. However, here is what I will actually do right now. Now, when it came to me, I had actually asked the gentleman beforehand if he could weigh it, and he basically said he didn't have a way to weigh it at all. So I was actually stuck with that right now. Now, do I have a weight scale with me? Not possible. Actually, oh, wait, I actually do. Now, what I do have as a scale is I have this here. So in order to weigh it, we have to be very careful on how we actually weigh it because I want the entire weight for this right now. which basically means that we need to be careful how we put it in. I don't want the scale to E out. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put this here. I have a scale, and then I'm going to use the box method. The box method is very simple. You have a scale, you put something bigger on top of it, you zero it out, and then you weigh whatever you need. Okay, so that's what we're going to end up doing right now. Okay, so we're going to turn the scale on, let it zero everything there, which is very, very important. Okay, once it's done that, all right, what do you guys actually see on there? It's 0 grams. Okay, all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this on it right now so we can actually get our weight. And the weight we have now is 462.5. Okay, if you can kind of see in there, 462.5. Okay, now, is that a good weight? Absolutely. I'm going to wait till it zeroes out. Okay, good. So I got that definitely I want. Okay, now I'm going to write that down so I actually don't forget it. 462.5. Okay, now, what does this mean for this? What is the equation right now? So remember, again, this is just an estimate. For every 80 grams that I'm looking at right now is what we're going to actually do. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, this is 462, okay, grams in total. For every 80 grams, we'll have that. So how many times can 80 go into this? We're going to have to divide it by 80. And 80 goes in there at 5, okay? So that's basically... oh, shoot, 5 grams. 5 grams of gold. How much 5 grams of gold is? We're going to times that by 62, and I'll get $358. Okay? Not grams, dollars. Okay? Now, here is the thing again. I want you to understand. We're going to get a lot more gold than 5 grams out of this because of the amount of weight that each piece has. So remember, when it comes to gold fingers that are there, they're at 140 to 1. Now, what do I mean by that? So Sri Tips already did the equation for it right now. So I'm going to put it here. He did 6 pounds of gold fingers at the time and got 26 grams of gold. So 6 pounds times 454 equals 2,724 grams. Okay. Now, out of those grams, he got 26 grams of gold. So I'm going to divide it by 26. Okay. And actually get 104. Okay. So 104 is very different. So for every 104 grams of gold fingers that you have, you'll probably get 1 gram of gold, which is nice. Again, what you're looking at, and I'm going to move this here, is you're looking at stuff like these. However, this is very different, but you're not looking at a ratio of 1 to 2. That'll never happen. Now, what could I do? I could do this at a ratio of 25 if I wanted to, because of the weight of each piece, but the fact is you have gold there. So let's actually do that right now. If it weighs 462 grams right now, okay, and I know for every 25 grams for these inkjet pieces, I'm going to get 1 gram of gold right now. And I have 462 there in total. How many times can 25 go into that? Well, I'm going to divide that by 25. I get 18 grams. Okay. Now, 18 grams of gold is definitely pretty good for what I paid for it. However, how much is that worth in today's society? I'm going to take 62, not 64, 60. I'm going to take 62, multiply it by that, 62. I get 1,145. Now, that is the amount, not the gram. That is the amount. Okay. Is that a good price for what I paid for? Sure. Here's the problem. I still have to put it in acid. I still have to refine it. I still have to hit it with nitric. I still have to go through the burning process, some Bunsen burners, and the clarity, and get borax with it. I have all of that to do. So that is going to take time, energy, and money. However, this is a definite benefit. Is this the amount of money I'm going to make with it? No, it's not. Again, I just gave you a rough estimate. But I have been waiting to hold this product because I've seen it on eBay, but the guy never weighed it. So I know what the weight is now, and I know how big the bag actually is, which is good. Okay. And I do like this. This is a massive and a shit ton of these pieces right now. This is probably one of the best things I've actually purchased. In fact, I'm not buying anything else on eBay this year. I'm done. I have what I wanted. This is what I've wanted for the past 3 years, and it took a long time to get it. And so I have it. To be honest, I'm going to be absolutely honest with you right now. I'll probably get an ounce of gold out of this right off the bat. Who knows? It's going to cause some acid. But I already know right now, I would burn that entire thing and hit it with borax just to see what the plastic will do. But I'm going to let you guys go. This is amazing, man. This is for the amount of fucking gold on this is fucking insane. Yeah, if I'm good, I'll probably pull an ounce out of it. If I'm really good, I'll pull an ounce out. If not, I don't do the process right, I'll lose gold. I'll probably get 5 grams, which again is gonna be good for this right now. But who knows? This is fucking amazing. It took me 3 years to finally get this, and I still had PCB issues in there, so we'll burn it. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. This is amazing. Check out the channel that I have, my other channel, which is United Currency, Coin, and Crypto, which is, I changed the name of it there. All right, Pro Dumpster Diver out. Fucking about time, man. Look at this shit, though. Look at this. Each and every single one of these pieces is a piece that has gold on it, and I got all this.